So the Euros kicks off tomorrow, and I'm here to talk about why I want England to win this tournament. As you can tell, I'm Nigerian. I have dual citizenship, I'm American and Nigerian, but I love the English game. I love the English Premier League. I'm a serious Arsenal fan, but I have a confession to make. I'm a serious hater of the England national team. And before you guys get onto me and go crazy, I think my reason makes sense. Growing up in Nigeria, I saw so many of our Nigerian players waste their international careers because they're hoping for England to call them up. And it never happened. Some it did just for once, and that was the end. Like Gabi Agbonlahor, you think about it. The legendary John Fashanu, even though I wasn't even born at the moment, but you hear about these stories, and you think about so many over the years. And recently, you think about Tammy Abraham, you think about Fikayo Tomori. It just seems like their international careers will be non-existent because they've declared and they've played friendly games and they've played competitive football for England, but would they ever make it into the national team again? Who knows? So I was a little butthurt. I've been butthurt for so long. That's why I've never really supported England in any major tournament, and also because they always feel entitled to the tournament. The fans will always chant that song that I think is very catchy, if I'm being honest. The "It's coming home, it's coming home." And I'm like, relax, relax. What do you mean the home of football is not England? You know, that's how I feel. But don't get too harsh on me. But this time is different. I am completely in full support of the England national team for this 2024 Euro competition. And the reason why, well, the reasons why is EBERECHI and BUKAYO SAKA, my Nigerian brothers who chose to play for England. And I was initially sad about this. I really was, because ultimately you would want them to represent the nation that you play for, because they are rather the nation that you love. But they are, because they are superb talents, very rare talent in my opinion. Eberechi has come a long way from QPR in the championship to now being a star in the Premier League. It's insane. Bukayo Saka, I don't even need to talk about him. Since Kanu Nwankwo, as a Nigerian that came out of Arsenal, he will be for a time, and now Bukayo Saka, I've just absolutely supported this kid, and I'm so happy for him. And also, although he plays for England, he does a lot of charity work in Nigeria, and I think Africa at large. You think about other ones in Germany, like Karim Adeyemi, also a Nigerian player, but choosing to play for England, and Musiala as well, choosing to play for Germany, sorry. Karim Adeyemi for Germany, Musiala for Germany. It hurts me. It hurts me. But my boys, Eberechi and Bukayo Saka, you guys have my full support for this tournament. Not just because Bukayo Saka plays for Arsenal and Eberechi for Crystal Palace, London clubs. I'm an Arsenal fan, huge Arsenal fan. But also, they are serious believers in God and they rep Jesus with pride. And I'm a Christian, and I try to rep Jesus as much as possible. So I wish them all the best. I want them to bring this one home. And also, I have seen how bad the Nigerian Football Federation is. I'm being honest. Sometimes I feel bad for the ones who chose to play for Nigeria over other nations that they could have played for. But I also love to see it that in spite of all of this, you think about Alex Iwobi, you think about Olaina, you think about Lukman, you think about people that might have tried to, figure something out, or might as well not even played for internationally. They could have chosen to do that. But in spite of all the chaos that goes in with them not being paid sometimes, and the terrible luxury that they're given sometimes as Nigerian international players, and you just look at it and then you feel like, in spite of all these things, you're choosing to be patriotic, you're choosing to play for the Super Eagles. I just give them all the love and all the appreciation for taking time out of their summer holidays to play games. I love that. I love to see that. But this is about England. I fear, though, that England might be better on paper than they are when it comes to applying themselves on the pitch. I really fear that defense is not the strongest. Obviously, they lost Maguire. They have so many defenders with not too much experience. John Stones is probably the most experienced one. I know they have Trent in there. I know they have Trippier. Actually, Walker. I take that back, Kyle Walker. But in the center-back positions, everybody's trying to figure out who partners with John Stones. It seems like John Stones will be the main man in defense. Will it be Gray, who's fairly new to the English team? Or will it be Konsa, You never really know. Concept who plays mostly right back at Aston Villa. So in defense, they're a little bit shaky. But when it comes from midfield and up, think about Kilby Mainu. You think about what is the other Crystal Palace guy's name? I can't remember. The midfielder who just came into the scene last season with the EBERECHI as the midfield. I forgot his name. They have Declan Rice up there. They have strong players, but they are very, very inexperienced. People are saying that Trent might actually move to midfield for this tournament, which might make sense because he's filled with so much quality. His passing range is incredible. His shooting is also incredible. Declan Rice might play pivot, but at Arsenal, he plays that box-to-box midfielder. But over here in England, he's probably going to be the sitting midfielder. You think about Phil Foden. You think about Bellingham. You think about Cole Palmer, who had an outstanding season. You think about Bukayo Saka. You think about Gerard Bowen, who was wonderful for West Ham yet again. You think about Gordon, who played superbly for Newcastle. You have so much quality up top. Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, and Ollie Watkins. Superb seasons they had. Well, Tony didn't have the best of season. He was gone for half of it because of the ban, because of his 8 months ban he got for gambling. But they have enough quality up top. You see, on paper, they look scary. But if you watch them against Iceland, they are lost to Iceland at home. They didn't apply themselves. They looked like they didn't know each other. They looked like there was no cohesion. So I fear that they might not win it for that reason. And I do not trust Southgate, just like most England fans, at least on YouTube, don't seem to trust the man or his ability to set up the right team. But I think he chose on merit this time. But you feel like he might be lacking a little bit of experience. Like you leave out people like Sterling. You leave out people like Rashford. Yes, they didn't have incredible seasons, but they have that oomph that they have shown at the biggest stage at some point. But you leave these key players out and you depend on young, inexperienced talent. Cole Palmer, Gordon, this is the first time in the English team. Kobe Mainu as well. It might be interesting because and you look at the likes of France, you look at the likes of Germany, they have people who are seasoned in playing international football. But the group is fairly easy. I think they have Denmark, Serbia, and I think Slovenia. I'm not quite sure. It's pretty easy. They should top that group. If they don't top that group, you start to feel like, okay, or I'll start to feel like I was right with doubting them. But I'm fully in support of England for this Euro 2024. I'll be backing my boys Bukayo Saka and EBERECHI as a fully, all the way. I hope they bring it home for their families, immigrant families moving to England. And look at how far these men have come, playing at the top level. One for Crystal Palace, one for Arsenal. And I'm just so happy to see the Nigerian family celebrating. And that's why I'm rooting for them. Mainu is of Ghanaian descent. I don't know about when his parents moved to England. I don't know. I don't have all that information. But I'm rooting for them all the way. My immigrant boys, go win it all. My other African Francophone African brothers in France, obviously, they've won it before. They're clear favorites as well. But yeah, I think I hope England will win it. But if I'm to put my money on somebody, it'll be France just because of how star-studded they are. But yeah, I'll be watching that for a week before the Copa America starts. I'll be following it throughout. But the Copa America also starts next week, but I'll do a video about who I'm supporting. And it'll be my first time really paying attention to this tournament. But I'm truly, truly excited. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Please like this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about my thoughts. Let me know who you think will win the Euros. Am I fully off by hoping that England will win it or believing that England will win it? Just let me know in the comment section. Take care. God bless. Peace.